Hello, everyone, and welcome to the InnoVint Academy. My name is Novella, and I am one of the client success specialists here at InnoVint. Today, I'm going to walk you through our new sparkling wine production feature. So grab a glass and pull up a chair. Here at InnoVint, we know and understand how popular sparkling wine has become, and we're excited to be at the forefront and give you the ability to track this process in InnoVint. This feature add-on is complimentary. So if you make and manage sparkling wine, please email us at support@innovint.us and we're happy to activate it for you. Additionally, the sparkling wine feature was developed for the traditional method, but do not worry, we do have the tools and workflows to also track other methods, such as PETNAT, tank method, and carbonation. Additionally, we do offer full compliance tracking for your sparkling wines. Okay, let's dive in. I'll show you where you can find your new sparkling tools. Here we are in your Lot Explorer. First, you want to make sure sparkling is activated. We already talked about that. Next, you can see there is a new icon. We now have a sparkling lot dot. In order to update a lot to this sparkling lot dot, you can check the sparkling box when you add a new lot. So for example, add a new lot, you can select it here, or you can select it from your lot details page. It's up to you when you decide to check this box. It merely just updates the lot dot and allows those lots to be used in the sparkling actions. So sometimes you could do it at the beginning if you know a lot is destined for sparkling, or you can do it when the wine technically becomes sparkling and you record your first bottle entourage action. It's up to you. Next, I would like to point out we have a couple new stages. We have an entourage stage as well as a riddling stage. Additionally, we have also split up our tax class of sparkling into bottle fermented and bulk processed for you to use as well. Additionally, we have sparkling actions, which you can easily access from our new global action button up here on the top. So you will now find a sparkling section in here. Oops, look, I guess I missed it. Let's see, where did it go? There it is. So now you can see bottling entourage, riddling, and disgorge, dosage, and package. Excellent. So now you know where your new tools are. The next thing to do is to get your account set up for making sparkling. So the first thing we want to do is add our new vessel. We now have a tirage bin vessel type. So click into your vessel explorer, come over to add vessels, and let's get those tirage bins added in. Select tirage, and then I like to always utilize an Excel sheet to quickly copy and paste in numbers so that it's quick and easy. There we go. Next, select what bottle is going into these tirage bins and how many bottles per bin, depending on your size. Additionally, I like to add a tag here with what size they are, because sometimes tirage bins will get used for magnums and 750s. So that way I know in the system, this is set up for 750s. Let's go ahead and add new vessels. Excellent. Alrighty. The next thing you're going to want to do is come over to your additive explorer and add in any additives that you're going to need for your sparkling workflow. So for example, if you need a riddling aid or a specific yeast, or maybe you need to add your CNH sugar or solid bubbles, as I like to call it, get those added in and ready for use. Next, you're going to want to make sure your base wine is ready and good to go. So process your wine, receive that fruit as usual, process to volume, monitor the fermentation, and then when it's ready to go, be sure to declare your base wine first. We always recommend going from fermenting juice to declared less than 16 usually before you move it to a sparkling tax class. So let's walk through the traditional method. I'm going to show you our InnoVint recommended workflow. This method walks through InnoVint actions that we recommend for this workflow. As with any of our workflows, feel free to add in any additional steps, and remember to record analysis and addition actions for your workflow. For our traditional method, we start with our baseline, and then we recommend either blending or transferring in your liquor day tirage. I recommend building up your liquor day tirage in a separate lot, monitor the sugar and get your starter going, and then when it's ready, blend or transfer it in. After that, go ahead and record your bottle on tirage action. And then obviously a few years down the road, your whittling and then your disgorge, dosage, and package. These workflows are all available online at our online support center. So they're always available for reference. So let's walk through this workflow. In our Lot Explorer, I have a lot that just came off of harvest. Let's walk through the steps to get this one all bottled up. I just want to reiterate, this workflow we're going to walk through is not real time. I understand that you don't bottle on tirage, riddle, and disgorge within the matter of a day. So just work this out to your workflow over whether it's months or years that work for you. So looking at this lot, I can see it's currently in aging and it has already been declared for less than 16%. I also like to utilize tags as a way of letting myself know that this wine is destined for sparkling. So you can see that tag here. First thing I can see is that I have just transferred in my liquor day tirage. So now I am ready to bottle on tirage. First thing I want to do is declare this lot as sparkling. Not declare, excuse me, mark this lot as sparkling so that it's ready to go. You can see the lot dot updates automatically. So let's record that bottle on tirage action. Very exciting day as usual in the cellar. Select the tank. Let's go ahead and retain the lot code. And then let's select those new tirage bins we just created. Excellent. I'm going to go ahead and fill these to vessel capacity. And this is a little high. So this one ended up coming back partial. Then you have the option to save the leads or not. And as usual with our actions, you can always backdate if necessary. So let's go ahead and record that. Don't forget, you can always add any notes at the top as well, instructions or details about the action. There we go. Now it's bottled. Let's go ahead and update the stage. Those two new stages I mentioned earlier, they're both down here. So let's go ahead and set it to entourage. Excellent. Next thing I want to do is I want to update the lot code and the lot name, because now I know that this is no longer my cuvee, but it's now my Blanc de Blanc. So let's save our new lot code. And let's also change the lot name. There we go. I'm also going to go ahead and remove this tag because now that I've marked the checkbox, I don't want to need to track this anymore. So I can go ahead and remove that as well. Now I would go through and record any necessary analysis every once in a while whenever I'm checking in to see if the secondary fermentation has completed or not. And then I will have that on record. After that, I am ready to then change my tax class because I know it's finished fermenting and I want to move the wine from column A of my TTB report to column E. It will also populate line 22 used for effervescence. So just remember that. So let's go ahead and update the tax class. Click on this little blue pencil here, and then let's go ahead and set the tax class as bottle fermented. Today sounds good. There we go. Now we're ready. Ship this wine offsite, let it age for a couple years, and then come back and we're ready for riddling, say. Now let's go ahead and record a riddling action. Here we can add any notes that we would like good luck if you're hand riddling, or put on the gyros in the back if you're lucky and have those. So add any notes or details that you would like, select the vessels. So for example, if you're hand riddling, you're probably only doing one bend at a time, versus if you have the gyros, you could be doing multiple at a time, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and record this riddling. After that, we can also update that stage like I showed you earlier. So let's go ahead and update it to riddling. This way, on your Lot Explorer, you can easily see which stage each of your lots is in. Okay. Now, riddling is complete. We are ready to disgorge, the fun part. If you're a small producer, maybe you have your fisherman's outfit, you have some nearby tasters ready to get splashed, whatever it is, we're ready to record a disgorging. Let's go ahead and do that. The disgorge, massage, and package action has a lot of things in it. So remember all the little details. First thing you're going to want to do is find your lot. There it is, ready to go. Select which vessels you're disgorging today, or if you're just summarizing a whole bottling run, that works too. Decide if you're going to add a dosage or not. So leading up to this action, you probably performed a bunch of dosage trials. Maybe you tested some cognac or brandy, or you wanted to add a little sulfur or a little bit of red for color, whatever it is. Do those trials in a separate lot, which is a dosage lot, and then let's add it now to the final line. So let's select our dosage lot. So let's go ahead and add that in. I'm going to go ahead and combine this with a new bottled lot. Let's see here. Actually, let's just create a new lot. It's the first day of bottling, why not? Yep, still want sparkling, want bottled, perfect. Now let's go ahead and fill out what we finally got off the line. Then I can add any additional closure or foil or any other packaging materials, as well as cases for pallet. And then your last decision for this action is to decide whether you want to keep your yeast plugs or not. So go ahead and decide with that. Lastly, make sure to look over your summary and see if everything looks right. Then you're ready to record the action. There we go. We just walked through the whole traditional method. So let's hop over and check out what some of the alternative workflows are. Next up is the tank method, or charmat, as it's commonly known. With this method, you're fermenting in a tank. So there's a lot of similarities. We recommend blending or transferring your liquor de tirage into it, and then possibly recording a transfer into your pressurized tank where it will ferment, and then filtering and then blending or transferring in your dosage. Always feel free to add additional steps that are in your workflow. At the end, we recommend recording a bottle action, since this is getting bottled out of tank. So let's check out one of my charmat lots. Come back to my work order, to my Lot Explorer. And as you can see, I've utilized tags to help notify myself that this is a charmat lot. We can see that it's currently aging and it has already been declared as bulk processed. If we go into our history, we can see a lot of the workflow recommended with those actions already recorded. The transfers, the tax class change, and then the filtering and transfer. So now we're ready to bottle it. So let's go ahead and record that action. We're going to do the whole thing, and let's also do, there we go, enter in any other necessary information, double check your summary, and we can record bottle. Perfect. Now that wine is good and ready to go. Now let's hop over into another workflow. Quite popular nowadays is PetNat or Petalant Natural. So this workflow is a little different because you start with your base wine and then you stop the fermentation early or bottle it early and let it ferment in bottle for the rest of the time. So you don't need to add a liquor de tirage, and you typically don't add a dosage. So for this one, we just recommend bottling on tirage directly, letting it age, and then depending on your workflow, most likely going to record a straight bottle, or if you do disgorge, you can record a riddling and a disgorge, dosage, and package action, even if you're not using the dosage action. So let's walk through one of these. Here we go. Here is my PetNat. It is currently in a stage of fermenting because I bottled it while it was not dry. So it was bottled on tirage, and I just recorded a tax class change on it to move it from fermenting to less than 16. Because don't forget, you always want to declare your wine before it gets declared as sparkling. So the first thing I want to do is now I'm going to update this to entourage, even though it's a little different, but it's in aging until it's getting ready for release at this point. Next, I'm going to update the tax class to sparkling. Now that I think it's pretty much finished fermenting and we're going to get it ready for release. Now is the point in your workflow for you to decide if you want to record a straight bottle or if you want to record a disgorge, dosage, and package. Both of these actions do the same thing where they remove the wine from your bulk inventory in section A of the TTB report and put it in section B. So whenever you want to move those sections, record either the bottle or the disgorge, dosage, and package action. Otherwise, it will stay in your bulk inventory up above. So you can go ahead and record either one of those. So let's just record a bottle on this real quick. There we go. And then check our summary. We're good to go. Record bottle. As you can see, I have no loss because this wine didn't actually get disgorged or anything. We're just literally throwing some labels on it, maybe sending it out to the distributor. So we're good to go. So there we have it, a few different workflows for how to monitor your sparkling wine. Now, InnoVint does have the capability to monitor other methods. So if you do use carbonation or the transfer method, let us know its support and we can walk through those workflows with you. Let's hop back over here. I want to say thank you everyone for joining us today. Please let us know if you would like to activate sparkling in your account. And always don't forget to record any other actions, addition, and analysis that you would like to. And we hope that you enjoy this feature and find it super useful. So does anyone have any questions? Any questions? Well, I will say cheers then, and thank you for joining us today. I'll hang out for a few minutes if there's any questions, but well, also just so everyone knows, next month we're going to cover pre-bottling in InnoVint. So bring questions and we're excited to see you then. Yes, so question from Leslie during the process. We do recommend declaring from fermenting to less than 16, and then when you record the tax class change to sparkling, the wine will move over to that. During the process. Additionally, for when you decide to declare your sparkling wine, please consult with your compliance specialist. But typically, it's when you want it to move on the TTB report from column A to column E. So when you want that to happen is when I would recommend recording that action. Okay, well, it looks like we've pretty much wrapped up all the questions. So thank you again. And if you have any additional questions, you can always email us at support@innovint.us. So thank you so much, everyone. See you next time.